Hi there, welcome to this video on the product of prime factors and highest common factor and least common multiple. So I'm just going to look at a few exam questions, try and help you out with the exam. So express the following numbers as product of their prime factors. So let's just make sure we understand what this is saying. So product just means a multiplication, and prime factors is the factors that make up 60 that are prime numbers. So what we do is, and there's various ways you can set it out. It doesn't really matter exactly how you set it out, but just have a clear system that you can follow. So let's start off with 60. So I'm going to circle 60. Now, these are prime numbers here, and I always think it's a good idea to start with the smallest prime number, which is 2. So does 2 go into 60? Yes, it does. It goes in 30 times. Now the way that I set it out is I circle any number that isn't a prime number. So I leave 2 uncircled because that's the end of that chain and it's a prime number. We don't need to do anything with that. So we're focusing on the 30 then now. So I ask the same question. Does 2 go into 30? Yes, it does. And it goes in 15 times. So does 2 go into 15? No, it doesn't. So then I move to the next prime number, which is 3. Does 3 go into 15? It does. How many times? 5 times. And because 5 is also a prime number, I don't circle that and I stop because all my chains now have finished and they end with a prime number. Now, if I've got this done correctly, if I multiply these numbers together, it should give me 60. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12, times 5 is 60. So this isn't the final answer because I've got to write a multiplication with these. So I could write 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Now in this particular question it doesn't ask you to write it with index notation, but you could write this like that. So just be careful if it does ask for writing it in index notation. If not, both of those are perfectly acceptable. So let's have a go at 96 then. So 96, does 2 go into 96? Because we start with the smallest prime number. Yes, it does, 48 times. 48 isn't a prime number, so I circle 48. Does 2 go into 48? Yes, it does. It goes in 24 times. Does 2 go into 24? Yes, it goes in 12 times. Does 2 go into 12? Yes, it does 6 times. Does 2 go into 6? Yes, it does 3 times. And 3 is a prime number, so there's 96. Broken down into a product of prime numbers. So let's just write that. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So just check that works. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, and 3 times 32 is 96. So I've checked that it does work. Right, often a question that's related to prime factors is then to find the highest common factor of two numbers. Now in this question it wants the highest common factor of 16 and 96, and it often follows these questions because you've already done the work that you need. So this is saying you can do this in 2 ways. One way is to break down 60 into all of its factors and 96 into all its factors and just find the highest number that's a factor of both. Now a way that you can break this question down is actually use the product of prime factors to help you, and these are Venn diagrams. So this circle is going to represent 60 and this circle is going to represent 96. So if we look back, so 60 is 2 squared times by 3 times by 5. So that's that one. And 96 is 2 to the power of 5 times by 3. Now, what we're going to do is going to represent these product of prime factors in this diagram. And basically, if there's anything that's in both, then we put that in the middle. If it's only in one or the other, then we put it in the other part of the circle. So, if you look at 96, well, 96 has a multiple of 3, and so does 60. So I'm going to put 3 in there. I can cross that off now. Now 5 is only a factor of 60. So we can put that there because it's not in both. So then we've got these 2's. So 2 times 2 is a factor of 60, and that leaves 2 to the power of 3 left. So we've got 2 squared, but 96 has another 3 2's times together. So what we've got in the middle is the overlap, the common factors. Now if I times those together, I get 3 times 4, which is 12. So the highest common factor of 60 and 96 is 12. Now, when it comes to working out the lowest common multiple of 60 and 96, if the numbers are simple, you can just write down the 60 times table and the 96 times table. And basically what you're doing there is you're trying to find the lowest number that's in both. Now, that's okay, but it can be quite a long-winded way. So what I'm going to do is show you a quick way that you can work this out. And basically all you do is you do 60, the two numbers times together, and divide it by their highest common factor. Now, we've just worked out the highest common factor of these two numbers is 12. So the lowest common multiple of these two numbers is 60 times 96 divided by 12. So we can cancel that because 12 goes into that 5 times and 12 goes into itself once. All we're doing is 5 times 96, and 5 times 96, well, 5 times 6 equals 30, 5 times 90 is 450, so it's 480. Okay, so that's just a quick help out on highest common factor, lowest common multiple, and product of prime factors. Hope it's helped.